Hey guys, everything new under the sun. It is Friday, September 30th. And the biggest news for today is again Deutsche Bank. And there's a number of articles, but the biggest thing is that there's news, basically the bank run has started on Deutsche Bank. And it's a very real bank run. There's not just individual investors running on the bank, but big hedge funds, managers, and hedge funds in general that are getting out. It's your Hedge article, of course. Deutsche Bank concerns just went to 11, I guess, from on a scale of 10. As Bloomberg reports, a number of funds that clear derivatives trades with Deutsche Bank AG have withdrawn some excess cash and positions held to the lender, a sign of counterparties mounting concerns about doing business with Europe's largest investment bank. While the vast majority of Deutsche Bank's more than 200 derivatives clearing clients have made no changes, some funds that use the bank's prime brokerage service have moved part of their listed derivatives holdings to other firms this week, according to international bank documents seen by Bloomberg News. Millennium Partners, Capula Investment Management, and Rocos Capital Management are among about 10 hedge funds that have cut their exposure, said a person familiar with the situation who declined to be identified, talking about confidential client matters. The hedge funds use Deutsche Bank to clear the listed derivatives transactions because they are not members of clearinghouses. And so, of course, I'm going to put the article in the description. It goes on. Clients review their exposure to counterparties to avoid situations like 2008 collapse of Lehman Bros. So they're taking a look at it now, and they're getting out of the Deutsche Bank while they can, basically. Our trading clients are among the world's most sophisticated investors, Michael Goldman, a spokesman for Deutsche Bank, said. We're confident that the vast majority of them have full understanding of our stable financial position, the current macroeconomic environment, the litigation process in the U.S., and the progress we are making in our strategy. So he's trying to talk it up. Now, that being said, I want to take a look at, there's a number of headlines on Azure Hedge. This is how much liquidity Deutsche Bank has at the moment and what happens next. Following today's Deutsche Bank fireworks, Goldman reports crisis questions are being asked now of Deutsche Bank. Is there a risk of financial crisis rerun, and can a large European bank face liquidity event? Global stocks slide as Deutsche Bank fears a rise. Flight to safety boosts bonds and bullion. So people are getting out of Deutsche Bank, probably Commerzbank as well, getting into gold and silver as example. Deutsche Bank CEO writes memo to employees, blames speculators, confirms liquidity flight. So the Deutsche Bank CEO is confirming a bank run, effectively. Our bank has become subject to speculation, and he's making excuses for it, as opposed to saying, yeah, our derivatives are bad. Ongoing rumors are causing significant swings in our stock price. Trust is the foundation of banking. Yes, it is. Trust is the whole fiat currency system. The whole fiat currency system fails if trust fails. And why does trust fail? Because the banks are doing stuff that people don't trust. Some forces in the market are currently trying to damage this trust. Yeah, the forces of the free market. And that's to be expected when you're running these very risky derivatives bets. And so you can go to these articles. These are just on Azure Hedge straight up. It's not solvency or lack of capital, a vague, synthetic, and usually quite arbitrary concept determined by regulators that kills a bank. It is, as Dick Fold will tell everyone who bothers to listen, a loss of liquidity, cold, hard, fungible cash that pushes the bank into its grave. And so when people start pulling the fungible, liquid, cold, hard cash out of Deutsche Bank, that means they're going to crash unless they get a big bailout by taxpayers, by the European Union, the ECB, I guess. So that's what pushes banks into the grave, usually quite rapidly. Once that starts happening, once people start pulling out, and the hedge funds, as I've heard it, is the smart money, then people start pulling out. Recall that it took Lehman just a few days for its stock to plunge from high double digits to zero. It results in liquidity, or that rather concerns about it, that sent Deutsche Bank stock crashing to all-time lows today after the investing world already knew for nearly 2 weeks that its capitalization is insufficient. And so you have the DOJ looking to grab basically all the market capitalization of Deutsche Bank. You have the hedge funds who are now pulling out because it's going down and down and down. And it looks like it's not going to be able to continue on effectively. The article says, which then brings us to $64 trillion question. Since Deutsche Bank is suddenly experiencing a sharp liquidity event, how much liquidity does Deutsche Bank have access to as of this moment to offset this event? The answer would be to calculate how long Deutsche Bank may have in a worst case scenario if it knew their rate of liquidity flow. For the answer, we can go to a just released note by Goldman Sachs, which admits that it is now facing crisis questions from clients, amongst which can a large European bank face liquidity event. Deutsche Bank stands at the center of the European financial system. It is a major counterpart in all relevant European banks, and broader recent reports of potential litigation have compounded capital concerns and raised the overall level of market anxiety. Crisis questions are being asked. So, lots of issues with Deutsche Bank, which we expected. But could this be the moment? Could this be the run? Could this be the time when Deutsche Bank, Commerzbank, everything starts coming down? Let's take a look at the markets right now and see what Friday holds. It was down yesterday. We'll see what the numbers are looking like for Friday. So oddly, I was actually trying to load CNBC, and boy, the website's taking a long time. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that means, whether it's just my internet connection, which is slow anyways, or not. But Deutsche Bank shares sink to new record low. Commerzbank. Now Commerzbank is starting to slide. This is what I was suggesting. Deutsche Bank starts going down. People start pulling out of all the big German banks. And Germany is apparently the big, the flagship of Europe, the big country that has lots of money. Wall Street awaits key inflation indicators spotlight on Deutsche Bank. The Dow futures are down 18, but I think it's worse than that. So yesterday we ended off almost 200 points in the Dow Jones. Gold and silver, as we would expect if this is the case, that people are heading into precious metals. Gold gains as stocks slide and Deutsche Bank worries. So this is really hitting it. This is starting to hit all the stuff. The bonds are down here. And we'll look at the Asian markets here. The Asian markets are up and down. Nikkei was down 243 points. Just a couple of headlines again, because headlines are interesting. This is mainstream media, and so if there's big, amazing headlines in here, you know that they're paying attention. And one of the headlines is "No Lehman Moment: Why Deutsche Bank is Not Dragging Up Ghosts of 2008." So now CNBC, or the author of this article, is trying to talk up the markets and say, no, this is not another Lehman Brothers. And another talking up of the banks, Dick Bove is buying bank stocks during this Deutsche Bank crisis. So they're trying to get investors to read into this and buy bank stocks. And I would suggest this is very, very bad time. In terms of a bailout for Deutsche Bank bailout would be political suicide for Merkel, analysts warn. And so all this trouble, potential lack of bailout. Here's an interesting one. An internal letter the Deutsche Bank CEO sent to his staff, and it was probably part of that Zero Hedge article that I read there. Let's just go over to it quickly and just see what it has to say. While we're making the video here. Yeah, it looks like the same article basically. You will, dear colleagues, you will have seen speculation in the media that a few of our hedge fund clients have reduced some activities with us. This is causing unjustified concerns. We should consider this in the context of the bigger picture. Deutsche Bank overall has more than 20 million clients. I understand you feel concerned by the extensive coverage. So he's trying to stop the bleeding. Basically, that's pretty much what he's doing. I believe this is what Lehman did actually a week or two or maybe even less than that. They said everything was fine. So he goes into these points, important facts about how well they're doing. You have all done a tremendous job over the past few days. You are the ones who are in constant contact with our clients and making it clear how Deutsche Bank is really doing. You are Deutsche Bank. That is impressively clear. All of us on the management board appreciate it. You will hear back soon from me. Please keep working as you have been doing so far. We are and we remain as strong, Deutsche Bank. I think that's kind of the death knell, the nail in the coffin, maybe the final one. That he's going to speak, because it does sound very much like what occurred, a week ahead of the Lehman Brothers collapse, where the leaders were saying everything is good, everything is awesome. So this could be it. Not saying it is, but this could be it. Watch out for Friday. Elul 29 is Sunday. Watch out for
we have a letter from John
crazy Monday. Whoa, hold on.
telling its staff that the Fed
Auto run video on the CNBC article here. Yeah, watch it for today, Friday. Watch it for Monday. There could be some big fireworks. We have, like I say, the Black Moon event. Is that anything? Is there any significance to that happening today? Is there any significance this year to Elul 29, which is on Sunday, which is the last day of the Shemitah year, the debt jubilee, basically occurring associated to Elul 29, and the fact that it happens on Sunday. I forget whether it's over Saturday night, Sunday morning, or Sunday over into Monday. I should check that out. But anyways, Elul 29 is happening. So are we going to see something in proximity to that date? So big things are happening, guys. This is a bit longer update than usual. I want to show you a few different articles. Things are starting to roll. Things are starting to happen. We'll see if they come out with emergency money printing. But this could be it. One of these days, I'm going to stand here and say this could be it, and it will be it. And all signs point to this being the Lehman Brothers moment. So strap in, put your seatbelts on, guys. This could be interesting.